Hey, welcome to the first episode for tournament series. So this is the first episode ever drop on this channel. If you like this kind of content, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit the notification. For future videos, we are going to be discussing the new ACG tournament structure series and also Patreon. So if you're interested in doing either one of those two things, setting the stuff up. So this is going to be hopefully a pretty good tournament series. The goal is to switch it between Popper potentially for side events, maybe even having some other kind of thing like that with Popper. But we're gonna have Popper, Revolt, and also Voyager. So slash Explorer slash Pioneer. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So we're gonna be discussing the Patreon stuff. So make sure you stick around because all this stuff does help set up these tournaments for future. The first tournament will be free. It's going to be Revolt. It's going to be on December 8th. So that is the plan. We're going to get into that first. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the Revolt Championship qualifier. It's going to be on December 8th at 10 a.m. Central. The rules are quite simple. It's just literally going to be on Modo. Gotta when you make your matches, make sure you have spectator mode online because judges or the commentators will come in and showcase your match on Twitch or whatever. And for content purposes to go up on the ACG channel, this channel here. So make sure you do that. That's all we really require. And of course, the description is quite simple. It's 5 matches. Top 16 makes the tournament or makes the brackets to potentially fight for first place. So keep that in mind. The prizes, since there is no entry fee, strictly points and quarterly invites. So quarterly tournaments will be where you can earn invites to Worlds, ACG Championship at the end of next year. So we have a point system that I set up, so that way you can earn points as you go forward. And even if you don't qualify for Worlds by invite, if you have a lot of points, you could earn it that way. So it's a nice little extra way of getting in. If you encourages you to play in more and more tournaments. So that's very nice. So first place, second place, they get 20, 15, and then third and fourth place get 10 each because they more or less lost at the same point in the bracket system, right? So first the top 4, they're just going to lose simultaneously, so they get the same points. And then the remainder of the top 8 get 5 points plus a quarterly invite. Top 16 also get 4 points plus a quarterly invite. And top 32 get 3 points. So this, like I said, this point system will matter. So at the very end, if you get first place a couple times and additional other things, most likely will be at the top of the bracket markets leaderboards. So you will get an invite just for being that. So that was I think that's a nice way of balancing out and giving more value to showdown tournaments, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. So that's basically it. Revolt is modern without modern card pool minus Modern Horizons and Universes Beyond. This Universes Beyond does include standard releases of Universes Beyond. So they will also not be Revolt legal. So that is Revolt. Like I said, we also will be doing a bunch of side events. We'll discuss that in a little bit when it comes to the Patreon tiers and discussing what you get for them. So that is the tournament. Also, I want to be able to start. Also doing other content on here. Let me know in the comment section if you guys would like a series on how to take a beginner MTG Arena account and convert all of the free decks they give you into actually decent Explorer decks. I think that's the series I want to be able to do. Just taking the deck right out of the box, doing one at a time, moving along, upgrading it to the very end, preferably using less amount of rares and mythics, trying to get there, right? Because I want to make sure a lot of uncommons are filling up your slot so you can upgrade the deck quite fast. Because if you depend on rares, it's gonna take a long time. So that's what I'm kind of wanting to do. So I get you guys into Voyager, because when the Voyager series are qualifiers start happening, it's going to be quite nice to have that. And also, make sure you sub to this channel because we will have podcasts and stuff like that discussing Voyager, Revolt, and like I said, maybe Popper, because I want to give all the fan-made formats. We also could even do side events for pre-modern or side events for modern 2015. So like events like that for side events too. So let's get into what the Patreon looks like and how your money kind of helps the thing, because eventually, hopefully, we can get to the point where we could do in-person tournaments. We'll see how that pans out, though. So I want to start off with a showdown. So the showdowns are going to be something like an LGS style tournament. We'll try to do on a few, like 3 maybe a week. Maybe we do a Popper, a Voyager, and a Revolt. So the point of these, I think, are actually kind of nice. These are more like LGS style events. They could very well be a decent size when it comes to turnout. But first place in this event gives you 5 points. Second place gives you 3 points. Third and fourth place gives you 2 points. And remainder of top 8 gives you a single point. So these are going to be like a little more casual. They're not necessarily going to be hyper, like where you're going to want to try full out. I mean, I shouldn't say it like that, but yeah. So you're gonna try just to get your remaining points, and get you a nice little build up. So when you get invited to the ECG Championship, so check out this. Like I said, all my stuff is gonna be listed on the Patreon. So that's the showdown point system. Like I said, it's meant to be like an LGS style tournament, not very qualifier style tournaments or nothing like that. It's supposed to just be a little more on the where you test new things out in Revolt. Stuff like that to get prepared for your qualifiers. So now let's get into the qualifiers. So for the qualifiers, like we just showed, qualifier and the event, side event, I should have put side event right here, point system. So this one here is more of, like I said, we're going to have occasional like 1Ks or whatever kind of side events. They're going to be probably on a different Sunday from the qualifier, and it won't be the same format. So these, like I said, for the most part, you're going to gain access to 20, the same point system. Top 32 gives you 3 points, so you keep accruing these. And at the end of the season, end of the year next year, you'll hopefully get enough points and be in the leaderboards at the top. If you didn't get, like I said, if you didn't get a world invite or the championship invite, we're going to discuss that in a little bit because that's going to be in the quarterly championship point system. But then the remaining slots, like I said, will start getting filled up with non-people that are not invited yet that have the most amount of points. So that's why I like having the showdown LGS styles also help you make your way to the championship, world championship. So that's kind of a nice little additive. So quarterly, the top 2 get world invites or ACG championship invites. I probably should change that verbiage because it's all right. So quarterly tournament championships, top 2 get ECG championship invites. That's once a year. It's where hopefully most of the prizes actually occur, and you get basically being the crown the best. Third and fourth place, like I said, these are pretty much interchangeable. I guess I don't know how you would determine who's third and who's fourth. I guess they get eliminated at the same time. Who has a better record gets third and fourth. I'd just rather just give you both 20 points. Top 8 get 15. Top 16 get 10. And then of course we have a top 32 as well. And then we have a top 64. I figured I would give you a little bit more of a cushion here. Since the other ones are top 32, this one's top 64. Just because it took you a decent amount of effort to get to this point in time for the quarterly championship, and you made it halfway. So it's still not bad. So 3 points goes a decent portion to making sure you have enough on the leaderboards to make it to the ACG championship. So that is all about the point system aspect. Let's talk about the actual Patreon tier system, how that works. Okay, so there's bronze, the $1 a month. You just get mentioned in the closing credits of ACG videos. Pretty simple enough, not much there. Silver gives you, you're in the closing credits. You also get free access to showdown events. So this gets you access to the LGS type style events. Basically, there's going to be like, I don't know, like 15 of them in every month. You just get, for $5, you get access to all 15. Pretty decent price. And then you get 10% off of events. So that includes quarterlies and also our qualifying and also side events. So $10 gives you free access to the same two things, but instead this time you get 25% off of your quarterlies and also your side events. So that's kind of nice. Next tier up is platinum. You get your name and you get free access to qualifier events and then 75% off of side events. So if you're planning on doing some side events in every given month, you might want to do this one. But if you're planning on doing them all, we're going to talk about that in a second, because you can probably already assume what the next tier up is going to be. So getting free access to showdowns and qualifier for $20 is a pretty solid deal, especially since qualifiers probably be $20 to enter, and you get that $5 off because you also get showdowns for free. 30, you get the same stuff, and you get free side event tournaments. Then you get up to Mythic. Same stuff, but you also get to potentially join in recordings for ACG podcast, where we talk about the formats. Most likely, we're going to have our biggest ones right post qualifiers plus championship tournaments, discussing what's happening in those tournaments. So that's Mythic. So not too bad. There will be also, of course, Discord badges for these. So depending on what you are, helps there. And then the last but not least is VIP. So this is $100 a month. You get, of course, free all that stuff like the other tiers. You also get to still join in ACG podcast. And then you get VIP status when we start doing in-person tournaments. So the goal there is you get to chill with us after the day ends, and we get to go out for dinner or whatever. So it's pretty nice having that little flexibility, or nice to get to meet everyone that is a part of the ACG thing. So if you're interested in that, where you could join us going out whatever after the tournament for the day ends, sounds like a pretty fun time. So that is the tournament structure, or the Patreon structure. So go check this out. These are all in the description. The link to this and the link to the Melee tournament. Go ahead and sign up for the first one. Like I said, this one's free. Post that every last one of these. Like I said, it'll be $20 to get into the qualifiers every month. And then the side events will cost a different portion. And we'll have hopefully a decent amount every month. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, let me know in the comment section what stuff would you like to have be featured in this slot. If you're interested in contributing to this channel, making content, let me reach out to me in the Discord in the description below. Because like I said, I do want to actively do possibly teaching you how to migrate your starter decks on Arena to Explorer decks. And some of the decks, of course, would be better off suited with somebody that specializes in those types of decks. Because I can't remember if there was a control deck. I assume there's a control deck. I'm not sure the most efficient or the best control player. But of course, like getting fatal pushes, I can immediately know what if the deck is in black. I'm immediately going to start smashing in some fatal pushes and stuff like that. So, but until next time, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.